No.1 Sentai Kizunager, Bond 45, The Princess, The True Knight, and the Battle for Avallost City. The story begins in another world. The Kishire Bondki, King Lotus, is leading his royal guards to conquer several kingdoms across the lands as he is so close to achieve his goal to become the ultimate royal of all kingdoms until he was confronted by Logi Mist, Kizuna Knight, who shows him Teltina's hat that he found back in the woods and plans to make the Avallost Empire believe that they have captured Teltina in order to fool Emperor Goddess, Teltina's father, to hand over Avallost City to them. Meanwhile at the falling kit back on Earth, Naga and his friends, Emily, Shuji, Tsukasa, Tenri, Kirihiro, Rainaya, Azra, and Yadra, are being told by the Kizuna Master, who is possessing the body of Regulus McVolt, Teltina's ex-fiancé, that the bonded king wants to start the new World Daybreak instead of preventing it, as he tells them the truth about what happened in the future. The Kizuna Master explains that using 12 bonds isn't enough to safely fuse both Earth and another world together, as a strong source of dark bond energy created a plague across both their worlds where the people began to feast off mana energy and bond energy like ravaged animals, which led to the demise of the Kizunagers and several intergalactic groups to take over Earth after seeing it in ruins. This made the Kizunagers shocked to find out about what happened in the future, especially Yidra, since she thought that 12 bonds would be enough to safely fuse their worlds. But the Kizuna Master believes that they could make their dream happen if they could find another way to gather enough bond energy to make the fusion permanent without starting the new World Daybreak, as he bids his farewells to them like he might never come back. The next day at the Avallost Palace, Emperor Goddess is concerned about where Princess Teltina, Kizunager, is located, since he hasn't heard a word from her since the bounty was published, until his royal guards alert him about King Lotus and his guards attacking the kingdom, as he barges into the palace to tell him that he has captured Teltina and demands Emperor Goddess to hand over his kingdom for his daughter's freedom or he will take it by force. This made Emperor Goddess shocked to hear about King Lotus holding Teltina hostage, but he doesn't believe that she is captured and tells him that he'll be dueling him and his guards to keep the people of Avallost City safe. Meanwhile in the woods, Togo Asagaki, Kizuna Red, is helping around the cabin alongside Teltina and Kakuranger as he is waiting for her to be ready to come back home, until they were encountered by the Kizuna Master, who told them about King Lotus lying about Teltina being taken hostage in order for her father to hand over the kingdom and agree to duel each other for whoever gets control of Avallost City. This made Teltina shocked to hear about the news back home, as she realizes that she's been avoiding coming home as an excuse to be with Kakuranger, and decided to return back to Avallost City with Togo and Kakuranger to finally put an end to King Lotus' plan and free Logi from the Bansou's control, until they were attacked by bonded King and Kai Sentai Endermates, Jadrais, Hangaka, Bakurunki, and Orji, who showed up to prevent him to interfering, as the bonded king is starting to lose control of himself and attacks them to feast on their bond energy. So now Togo pulls out his bond plate and inserts it into his Kizuna brace to transform into Kizuna Red to help the Kizuna Master battle against the bonded king and the Endermates, while Teltina and Kakuranger makes their way to Avallost City to assist the royal family to take down King Lotus for good. Meanwhile in the streets of Avallost City, Emperor Goddess and his royal guards have arrived to face against King Lotus and his royal guards to protect his kingdom from harm's way, until they were shocked to find out that Teltina is alright and returned home with Kakuranger to help her family protect the people of Avallost City, as she sees Logi with his father and hopes to free him from Wizard Soul's spell. So now Teltina and Logi pull out their bond plates and inserts them into their Kizuna braces to transform into Kizunager, Great Beast Unleashed, and Kizuna Knight, True Form, to begin the duel between the Avallost Empire and the Royal Mist family to save the people from King Lotus' grasp. Meanwhile, Togo battle against the Endermates on his own as he inserts the Megaranger and Kakuranger legend bond plates into his Kizuna brace to summon the Drill Saber and the Red Slicer to take them down for good, while the Kizuna Master inserts the Gaoranger and the Abaranger legend bond plates into his Kizuna Master brace to summon the Hajahai Akujukan and the Dino Bomber to perform their finishers to weaken the Bonded King a bit to finish him off for good. But the Bonded King quickly devoured the Kizuna Master's attack as it made him even more powerful than before. So now the Bonded King began to brutally beat up the Kizuna Master without any hesitation, which made the Kizuna Master decide to free Regulus from his possession since he doesn't want him to die along with him, as Togo struggled to make his way to help the Kizuna Master. Just then, the Kizuna Master couldn't believe that the Bonded King had lost his sanity and gave in to his dark side as he took the Kizuna Master to a nearby tree and stabbed him with a thorn to allow him to devour his godlike powers to satisfy his hunger. This made Togo horrified to witness the Bonded King killing the Kizuna Master in front of him as his dark bonds began to emerge and take down the Endermates to charge at the Bonded King to take him down for good until they teleported away from the scene. As Togo ran towards the Kizuna Master to see if there's a slight chance to save him, the Kizuna Master hands Togo his bond plate and tells him that it wasn't his destiny to defeat the Bonded King, since it is still the Kizunagers' dream to create a new world where bonds and magic live in harmony. So now the Kizuna Master wishes Togo good luck to defeating the Bansouenders with the other Kizunagers as he vanishes into thin air, leaving Togo to sob over his death, and plans to join Teltina and Zaku Racer to take down King Lotus for good to get his revenge. Back at the streets of Avallost City, Zaku Racer helps out Emperor Goddess and the Royal Guards to take down King Lotus and his Royal Guards from hurting anyone around the kingdom, while Teltina is struggling to take down Logi on her own as he inserts the Liveman Legend bond plate into his Kizuna brace to summon the Liveman's Biomotion Buster to take down Teltina for good and was about to slay her for good. Just then, Togo shows up enraged to help Teltina and her family defeat King Lotus and his royal guards as his dark bonds of revenge reacts to the Gozyuger legend bond plate to summon the Orca Booster 5050 on its own to allow Togo to embrace its corrupted power. So now Togo pulls out his bond plate and inserts it into his Kizuna brace to transform into Kizuna Red to use the Orca Booster's dark powers to transform himself into his new corrupted form known as Kizuna Red, Premier Mode, to slaughter both Logi and the Royal Mist family as payback for what the Bonded King did to the Kizuna Master.